It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today as we start a brand new week on the channel. It's a Monday and we are featuring a band that we have never featured previously on the channel. It's always good to get to some new music. Well, this is not new to all of y'all, but it's new to me, and I'm really eager to dive into music from within Temptation on today's Metal Monday episode. This is a band that is Dutch, and they've been suggested in the past, and I've just never found the right timing to get their music onto the channel. I got them scheduled and I was going to do it last week, and my calendar kind of fell apart, and so I'm getting to it this week. I'm happy that you're here. It's going to be a fun time. This is a band that was formed in April of 1996 by guitarist Robert Westerholt and vocalist Sharon Den Adel. And to date, the band has released 8 studio albums. Their first album came out in 1997. Their most recent release came out in 2023. And although they have been relatively consistently regarded as a symphonic metal band, they've really explored, from what I read a variety of musical styles and sounds. They have been regarded as having music that is gothic metal or doom metal. They've also had their music described as neoclassical metal or even just orchestral, right? They've also had their music described as being influenced by great melodic music, folk music, especially Celtic music. So it's going to be quite interesting to be initiated into this band's sound. Sharon has herself described the band as an atmospheric, melodic, symphonic, metal, hard rock band. That's good enough for me. That's a lot of good adjectives, friends. So the song that we are going to dive into with this band is Paradise, and it is also called Paradise, What About Us, in parentheses. And it was a song that was suggested to us by our friend Matt B. And this is what he said in his write-up to me about this particular song. They are a Dutch symphonic metal band who was conceived in 1996 by Sharon Den Adel and guitarist Robert Westerholt. They are much in the same vein as Nightwish, although they have their own symphonic metal sound and style. I very much like Nightwish, y'all. I've heard quite a bit of their music, and it's going to be great to get into Within Temptation. Matt continues, this track, Paradise, What About Us, is from their 6th album called Hydra, which came out in 2014, although this track itself was released as the first single from the album about 9 months before the full album came out. It's a big symphonic metal track, which sounds very epic and grandiose with all the instrumentation. And along with Sharon, and we get vocals from Tarja on this song. And Matt says that their vocal talents just shine throughout the track, and it adds that extra sparkle to all of it. And he adds, for those of you who may not know, Tarja Turunen originally sang with Nightwish and now writes and produces her own solo material under her own name. And Matt said, I'm surprised that this band has not been featured yet on the channel, as he knows how much I like Nightwish and the musicality that that band puts out. So he says Within Temptation are also one of the biggest bands in this particular genre, alongside Nightwish and a few others. And he says this is their introduction. I hope Doug likes it. I hope I like it too. I'm pretty sure that I will, Matt. So I appreciate you putting this up for us, and I'm really eager to dive in. We have Sharon Den Adel on vocals. Martin Spierenberg is on keyboards. Robert Westerholt and Stefan Helleblad are on rhythm guitars. Ruud Jolie is on lead guitar. Jeroen van Veen is on bass guitar. Mike Coolin is on the drums. And like we said, guest vocals from Tarja Turunen. And it's going to be great to hear a double lead vocal from two powerhouse female vocalists. So let's get to it. This is Paradise. What About Us from Within Temptation. Here we go. I am watching the official video. Diplomacy failed. It says in the newspaper. We start out with some strings. May, re, te, do, te, do. Ba, ba, ba. Cool.
There's no sense the fire burns when wisdom fails. It changes all the wheel embodies all that keeps on turning.
Goes to the 4, 3, 2, 1. E minor. All in all, I guess we should have known better. This rocks. This is what we want. It's all that we're fighting for, though it's not paradise. Interesting video. You and us, or I and them. Power move. It's not our paradise. Paradise. I'm trying to follow what's going on in the video a little bit, and I'm not keeping up very well, so I'm just going to focus on the sounds. What a great display of operatic style, full energy vocals. So that's still there from earlier, that little progression. Guitar solo.
This is who Is this what we've got? No, it's not a paradise. But it's all we want and it's all that we're fighting for. What about us? Isn't
Big
it
time.
enough? No, we're not.
Hard rockin' tune, isn't it? Sturdy, straightforward chords,
It's not a paradise, but it's
and very melodic.
it's all that we're fighting for. But it's not
Paradise.
Isn't it enough? What about us?
Yeah.
Isn't it enough? What about
Us.
What about us? What about us?
Yeah.
Isn't it enough? What about us? What about us? What about us? Isn't it enough?
Is that going to be it? It's going to be it. That song could keep going, and I would not be upset. I'm not a fan of the video, y'all. The video has 127 million views on YouTube. I should have just listened to the song and not tried to watch the video too. Sometimes the video gets in the way when I'm really trying to focus on the sounds that I'm hearing. I can get visually distracted trying to figure out, okay, what story are they trying to tell? Something military going on in there, right? And I guess that makes sense because I read that the song was inspired by a speech that a Dutch general named Peter van gave in May of 2013, right before this was going to come out, right? And it was during a Remembrance of the Dead ceremony that I think, from what I was reading, is held annually every year on that particular day in May. And his speech was one that addressed the imperative of moving beyond personal responsibility and including a responsibility to yourself and to those around you, to other people. And it was a call to turn the thinking on me into a thinking on us. And it was a call to ponder and to think on our own roles and what roles we play in building a better future, whether we're a person in leadership or just a regular everyday person. There are things that we can do in our everyday lives that can help perpetuate a better future, or it can be destructive in its own small way, and we're going into this song, what they're talking about here, they're going into this particular action knowing that we're not out to necessarily try to bring about a utopia, or in their words, paradise. We're not trying to make paradise here, friends. We're just trying to establish a more emotionally mature and equitable society that overcomes its difficulties by pondering, by learning from its past mistakes and shortcomings and doing better. Always striving to be better today than it was the day before. And if we can do that not only in our personal lives, but as a society collectively, imagine all of the good crap that could happen as a result of that shared responsibility. That's what they're talking about. And I came across a quote from Sharon that I think she had given back when this song was pretty fresh and pretty new. She said that when we had written the first version of Paradise and listened back to our demo that we had recorded, and we were happy with the epic power of the song, we thought of involving Tarja instantly. How well this track would fit her classical voice and how extra special it would be if we sang it together. The more that we thought about this wild idea, the more excited we got about it. Of course, I didn't know what to expect from Tarja, as we had never actually met in person at the time, right? And then she says, our first encounter was via a Skype call that we had set up to discuss the collaboration, and we immediately clicked, not only creatively, but personally. And after we had spoken, it felt completely natural that we would do this song together. And it really, really works. It really works as a dual co-lead vocal. I really enjoyed that, Matt. I'm ready to hear more Within Temptation, friends. It's why have we not done this yet? I mean, I've got a Nightwish album, Yesterwind, up on the darn wall, y'all. I enjoy this stuff. I enjoy, as a classically trained musician, I enjoy hearing the big time rock stuff with really lovely melodies and a symphonic, powerful backing. It ticks a lot of the boxes for me as a music lover. So I am late to the party with Within Temptation. So fans of this band, let me know where to go next. This was a great diving in point, and I'm ready to come back before too long, y'all. So wonderful. Matt, thank you for sending this in. Thank you for your patience, as I have had this one on the list for a while, and it was great to finally get to some Within Temptation. Paradise, What About Us? A powerful song, a driving song, a song that I think has a very good underlying meaning, an underlying call for how to act, how to be. I think it does very well for us as we get going on this new week, y'all. So I hope that satisfied your metal itch on a Monday. It sure did for me. It was really, really fun to listen to some Within Temptation. We've been listening to Paradise, What About Us, and I very much enjoyed it. Thanks, y'all, for being with me today. We will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Dog.